My name is Elizabeth from Elizabeth Magical Garden. Here is where I empower women to reclaim their authentic power, embrace their inner wisdom, and transform life most challenges. Transitions into profound opportunities for spiritual growth and self-discovery. Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. Subscribe to the newsletter at Elizabeth Magical Garden, as well as check out my podcast at Elizabeth Magical Garden, which goes on.
Guys, welcome back to the channel. We are here live. I would like you to know that this is something that I intend on doing much more often, and they will be going live on Wednesday. So I would love for you to be here and be part of the community as well, guys. Today's topic, women and the ability or their inability to be connected with self. This is something that I find that especially when women are in their mid 50s, 60s, 70s, and beyond, are experiencing a disconnect with self. And some of the things that are an issue, I believe, is an increased mental health issue, high rates of anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem. This is something that, if you think about it, does happen to each and every one of us. I know for myself, when I first turned 50, I found myself lost. I didn't know what to do. I was like, what is going on? Everything that I knew that was working at one time no longer was working for me. And I found it to be really hard to keep a particular momentum when it came to just how I viewed myself, because society is telling you, okay, now you're over the hill. It's time for you to double back, sit back and relax, start knitting, although I do love knitting, and just like forget about it. And I wasn't ready. I don't know about you, but I was not ready. I feel like I just started. I just got
Just
here.
take a few minutes of your time to say thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you for taking the time to tune in every single week and listen and view these episodes. Number 2, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We would love to have you be part of this community as well. Let's get back into the episode.
So I wanted to discuss some of the things that you may be feeling and how we can combat those things. Okay. And it's not your fault. Number one, menopause is a crucial thing, something that is natural, but it does come with its extreme caveats. When you are going through that emotional turmoil, your body is losing estrogen, things are moving and shaking in ways that has never been moving in its way before. You will find yourself in a space of turmoil. You will find yourself in a space of panic, right? And to add insult to injury, unfortunately, menopause hits everybody differently. Yes, we have those common things, night sweats, insomnia, but at the end of the day, it hits all of us different. And it's really not your fault if you are feeling this lost. Okay, now I'm going to be looking back and forth. I do have my notes here, so bear with me. Okay, mental and emotional impact. Okay, increased mental health issues, high rate of anxiety, depression, low self-esteem, emotional numbness, or autopilot, feeling detached, empty, or they are going through the motions of life without true engagement, right? Just showing up, feeling as if life is just moving and shaking and you're just going along with it and not feeling like you are really holding space in the space, or nonetheless space for yourself. Okay, I feel that breath work will definitely center your body, will definitely give you a space of awareness when it comes to you feeling like yourself. Because, guys, your breath is part of God. Okay, are not pawns. pods that just came about in society. We came from the Creator. And whenever you feel yourself in a space of numbness, taking time to breathe, taking time to sit with self will definitely bring you in a space of clarity, right? Because when you allow yourself to breathe, and this is something that I've mentioned in latter episodes, when you take time to breathe, when you take time to reconnect with yourself, what you are doing is reconnecting not only with yourself, but your spirit. You get to hear your inner thoughts. You start to notice the things that are not serving you and why those thoughts are even coming about. A lot of times we think that the things that comes into our minds are true. It's a thought. A thought is not necessarily true. It's just a thought, right? I find that whenever we find ourselves in a space of neglect, talking down to ourselves, looking, starting to look in the mirror, oh, this doesn't look the same. My grays are coming in. I don't feel the same in my body. These are all negative traits that you are imbuing within yourself. This is not something that you want to do, guys. This is not something that you want to do. This is not something that you want to continue in your life, especially as you get older. We already have a lot of things coming up, right? Your body is changing. Your perception, the way you view life is totally different. You don't look at life the same way that you did when you were in your 20s, and nor should you. If anything, taking this time to reflect and give thanks and realizing that you came very far, this will allow you to take a sense of control, reclaim your power, guys. You are a woman that is full of prosperity. You are a woman that has something to say. You are a woman that has a space in this world that you can also be a fruit, good fruit into somebody else. Because think about it, you have what a lot of people that is younger, much younger than you, not necessarily have, may not necessarily have, which is wisdom, right? You have overcome, you have evolved, you have seen life through its ebbs and flows. That is something to be celebrated. That is something to puff up your chest and give thanks to. This is not something to look down upon, right? And when you find yourself in difficult positions, second guessing yourself, take time to step back and think about the times when you were confident. Think about the times when, life was showing you otherwise and you said, no, this is not it. I choose to move forward. I choose to conquer. I choose to stand firm and acclaim the things that God said that I was supposed to have, right? Because until you get to come in a place of self awareness, until you find yourself being capable of believing in yourself, being capable of understanding that this new journey that you find yourself on is a new journey. Holding space for yourself and understanding that you have never been in this space before, and having grace for yourself, understanding that you're not supposed to have all the answers. This is when you become your higher self. This is when you evolve into the space that you find yourself in. Because think about it. Whenever you had a birthday, right? By the time you have the next birthday, right? When we're blessed to have the next birthday, you kind of feel like I just got used to being, you know, I just got used to that number. I remember when I turned 50. And before I know it, a year passed and I was turning 51, and I was like, wow, I'm 51. It took me a whole year to get used to being 50, and now I'm 51. So it's always feeling as if it's moving faster. Time feels like it's moving faster than it is. And I really feel like one of the reasons why we find ourselves suffering this state is because we're not allowing ourselves to be in the present moment. We're either thinking about the past, or we're contemplating about the future. What if? When is this going to happen? When is my business going to get to this level? When am I going to be able to retire comfortably? Am I going to be able to retire comfortably? Am I going to be alone as I get older? Who's going to take care of me? Who's going to be there with me? These are all things that you find yourself suffering from, but it doesn't have to be like that. If you took time to stay in the present moment, if you took time to stay and center yourself and move your body and go out for your walks, eat, hydrate your body, hydrate yourself, read things that's going to feed your soul, feed your mind, guys, I guarantee you, you will find yourself living a fruitful, dare I say, a more eloquent life. Because it wasn't until I released myself on what things were supposed to be, how things are supposed to show up in my life. It wasn't until I opened myself to new beginnings did I start to receive a new horizon. Did I start to be, how can I say, confronted with my higher self. And it's a ever evolving situation. It's not something that will ever cease. As long as you are blessed to open your eyes and see life, you will always be confronted with these doubts. This is what life is supposed to do. Think about it. This is what you are here for. God created us to evolve. He did not create us to be stagnant. Every year we see the trees gain their leaves. Spring, for you guys that live in the northern hemisphere, spring, guys, spring is almost near, dare I say, although we are in February, but that's okay. Spring is almost here. This is when the light, and I do see the sun. You probably could see a little bit, but my blinds are open. The sun starts to stay longer. Right now, as I record this live, it's 5 in the evening, and the sun is still out, so the sun is starting to stay out longer. Soon we'll start to see the trees budding, getting greener. But then there is a time after all of that, it starts to wither away. The green starts to turn into those beautiful fall colors. We start to see the leaves on the floor, and then they go bare. All to have that cycle of life happen all over again. So why do we expect ourselves to remain in the same state? Think about it. We weren't designed to be in that state. And I know we live in a society where forever young. Trust me, I'm not saying throw in the towel, okay? I'm not saying throw in the towel because that's not something that I intend to do, okay? But what I am saying is being okay where with whom you are today, and I challenge you to confront those parts of you that says that you should be otherwise. Because 9 times out of 10, it's fear. You are afraid. You are afraid of reaching that next version of yourself. You are afraid of the unknown. You are afraid. But God said, I did not put fear. I did not put fear in you. He did not create us with fear. Right? And the more that we take time to remember that, the more that we challenge these thoughts that enters our mind. And this is not your fault. The flesh is weak. We live in the world, right? We live in a society where good and evil roams the world together, and it's okay. We are not saints. So a lot of times it's us, our own conscious mind thugging it out with us. And it's incredible, but when you take time to sit down with self and breathe and take time to understand that your position in this life is meaningful. It's purposeful. This and only this is only when you start to realize that these thoughts and that thought process is not coming from you. And this is why it's very important to make sure that you are intentional with the things that you listen to, with the things that you read. The mindless scrolling is not healthy for you guys. Okay? And if you have to scroll, maybe you should calculate the type of people that you have in front on your phone, the type of people. Be intentional with the people that you follow. So if you happen to find yourself scrolling, at least it's something empowering for you, right? So these are some of the things that I believe that will definitely put you back on the map, heal you from the points, those parts of you that are feeding you and allowing you to be depressed, feeding you depression, bringing you to a space of anxiety. These are the things that I believe that will empower you, encourage you, and allow you to have a fruitful, intentional life. Because, guys, I kid you not, if you take the time to realize the things that I've been saying and implementing in your life, moving your body, being conscious of the things that you take in, I guarantee you, you will not see yourself the same. Guys, be sure to check the links down below where I have everything that is fruitful for you guys, that will intentionally help you reach and level up, because guys, this is your year. 2026 is a time of prosperity. This is the time where we are celebrating. Yes, celebrating the fact that we are victorious, because you did not get to this space in your life to be a failure. I know that it's true. I know this for you. I know this for us. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time to listen and be part of this live. Be sure to check back in every Wednesday at Elizabeth Magical Garden, guys. All the links will be down below. Guys, stay in peace, stay in love, and stay empowered. Peace.